Hey everybody, Jeremy here. So today I want to talk a little bit about YouTube partnership scams and sponsorship scams because there's a lot of them going around lately. And sometimes when I get on the partnered YouTube subreddit or the YouTuber subreddit, there's some threads there from people who have received email opportunities and they're wondering whether or not they're legitimate. So I'm going to try my best to help you figure out whether the emails you received are legitimate or not using some scam emails that I've personally received. So let's take a look at a couple of those right now. So here is the first one, supposedly from Fiji Water. And it says sponsorship opportunity with Fiji Water. Now, I chose this particular email because it is one of the best written scam emails that I have ever seen. So let's go through a little bit of it. It says, I hope this message finds you in good spirits. This email was sent to you because Fiji Water is offering to create a post featuring our content on your channel. What do you think about the idea of promoting our 15-second teaser on your Jeremy Hill channel? We hope that you will consider featuring Fiji Water in your content and sharing it with your audience. Our brand and the unique story behind our water may be of interest to your followers, and we would be pleased to provide you with promotional materials and product samples to assist in creating high-quality content. Would you be open to this collaboration, and what are your rates? So here's the thing. If I didn't already know that this was a scam and you just told me that this was a draft that someone who actually worked for the Fiji Water Company was working on to send to influencers to promote Fiji Water, I would totally believe you because this is very well written. And because it's very well written, it means that it can be highly effective in scamming someone. Because what these scammers want, especially when they're dealing with smaller channels like mine, is they want you to be so blinded by excitement at the possibility of partnering with a big brand that wants to pay you to feature their product on your channel that you will forget to do all of your due diligence and you'll let your guard down, and then that's when they take advantage of you. So let's look at some red flags in this email. Now, there aren't many of them because, like I said, it's really well put together. I know that the font is a little bit strange. It looks like it's somewhat italicized, and that can be a red flag as well. But I've had legitimate email conversations with people from companies before that use weird fonts. So that's not always a sign. It could be. But the biggest sign of all is the email address from which this email came. Now, I blacked out most of it, but look at the rest here. It says manage83@volney.cz. That is the huge red flag. Now, I have gotten a ton of scam emails from this .cz domain, and I am confident to say that anything that comes from a .cz domain that's saying that they are working with the company and they want to sponsor you on YouTube is 99.99999% likely to be a scam. Okay? If you see something with .cz, forget about it. Do not reply. It is not going to be legitimate. And also, if we're dealing with a company, especially a big company like the Fiji Water Company, they're going to have their own email domain. You know, it's going to be something like the FijiWaterCompany.com or something professional. It's not going to be manages83@volney.cz. It's not going to say that. But other than that, this was a very well put together email. Now let's take a look at another one that's not so well put together. So this one has a subject line that just says collaboration. Okay, and it says, hello, my name is Amy. So we're going to stop right there because if you look at the top of this email, it says that it's from someone named Misha, but in the body of the email, their name is suddenly Amy. Red flag number one. But it says, I'm an employee of the PR company. I would like to make you an offer on advertising. At the moment, the technology is becoming an integral part of our lives, and we should not forget about their safety. We will talk about a new generation of antivirus databases that are equipped with sophisticated intelligence and are located in the cloud service. Blah, 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 kind of goes on. Let's skip ahead to this part. We estimate advertising on your channel at 300 to 500 USD. Skip ahead further. Please contact me on WhatsApp. And then they give their WhatsApp number, which I have blocked off. Best wishes, Amy. So what are some of the red flags that you can see in this email? Well, the first one that I've already pointed out is the fact that their name changed from Misha to Amy. But then also we have another .cz domain there. This one is at atlas.cz. And we know by now, if it says .cz, it is highly likely to be a scam. The other thing is when you kind of just look at this email, look at how it's written, look at some of the symbols that are used, look at the spacing that's used. I'm not going to get into specifics about what all of the red flags are, just in case there's a scammer watching this and I don't want to help them get better at what they do. But most of my viewers are from the United States and the UK, and we write in similar ways. So when you look at something like this, the symbols that are used, the spacing that you see, it should definitely stand out to you as being very, very strange. And professional emails do not have this kind of high error content within it most of the time, the vast majority of the time. Now, another huge red flag here is the way that the money is described. 300 to 500 USD. Now, if you're from the United States or maybe even like the UK, Canada, and you're typing to somebody, you're writing to somebody, and then you give them a dollar amount, is that how you write how much money you're talking about? Or do you do something different? Odds are you do something different. Do you say USD? Do you write it out when you're talking to your friends and family? You ask someone, can you borrow $10? Do you say, hey, can I borrow 10 USD? Probably not. And the other biggest red flag, either the top red flag or perhaps it's a tie for first, is going to be WhatsApp. Anyone who tries to get you to go off of the initial service that they communicated with you on to another service like WhatsApp, Telegram, Snap, Discord, do not do it. High probability that it's going to be a scam because these services allow them to have a higher amount of anonymity. They can have more control over there. So if they try to move you off a platform into another platform, do not do it. It's going to be a scam. All right. So this one was a lot easier to identify. But what's the end game? What are they trying to do with these scams in the first place? Well, when it comes to YouTubers, chances are they're just trying to get their hands on your channel. They're hoping that the email that they sent to you is tied to the YouTube channel that you're using to put all your content on. And what they do is once you engage with them, they'll try to send you something for you to click on. They'll say that it's assets that they want you to put in the video. Maybe it's software that you can test out before you make the video. They'll say that it's a contract for you to sign. It's a PDF. But what it actually is malicious code that once it's on your computer, it's going to bypass your password information for your Google account. Even if you have two-factor authentication enabled, which you should, it'll still get around that and they will have access to your channel. At that point, they will change your password on your Gmail account. They'll go to your AdSense. They'll take off your preferred payment institution. They'll put their payment institution on there, and then they'll try to push more scams to your subscribers that they hope they'll be able to get more money from before your channel is ultimately taken down by YouTube. That's usually the end game. Sometimes they can want other things as well. Remote access to your computer. They can lurk in the background and you not know about it. They can put keyloggers on your computer so they can kind of know what you type when you're typing in your bank passwords and stuff like that. But when it comes to YouTubers, chances are they're just looking for the channel. Here is an example of what happens when you fall victim to something like this. So this is a list of videos that I found and I reported, and thankfully, they were eventually removed, and these were taken from channels that were compromised, and the scammers started putting in these live streams, these fake live streams, to try to scam viewers with cryptocurrency scams. So here's an example of some of them. The most recent one, January the 30th, John Cena and Brock Lesnar found dead, WWE and John Cena live, WWE Raw highlights 2023, Elon Musk, Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate arrested in Romania, Bitcoin is the future, Dave Chappelle, Kanye West arrested on SNL after SNL monologue, Elon Musk again, biggest Bitcoin announcement in 2022. Michael Saylor, this is the time to go all in. Bitcoin will hit 120K by the end of the month. BTC News. They try to take topical topics, that are going on at the time and try to use that to scam people. They'll do these live streams and they're hoping that whoever tunes in will think that it's actually live, but it's really just a pre-recorded video that has nothing to do with whatever clickbait title they decided to give the video. And then they'll try to get people to go to a scammy website to give Bitcoin under the promise of you give 1 Bitcoin, we give 2 back, or 1 Ethereum, you get 2 Ethereum back, something like that. And they want you to think that Dave Chappelle or Michael Saylor or Elon Musk is somehow involved, and they never are. They just want to steal your crypto from you, steal your money from you. And eventually, these videos get taken down and the channel gets terminated. When the channel gets terminated, you might not be able to get it back, but you may. I have channels that I'm subscribed to that have gotten taken over and they've been deleted, but through the help of YouTube, they were able to get their channels back. Now, it's easier to do that if you have a larger channel. It's also possible if you have a smaller channel, but it could be a little bit more difficult. So all is not lost if that happens to you, but why even go through it in the first place? Because you might not be able to get the channel back. So how else could you protect yourself from clicking on malicious links and things like that? Here's one thing that you could do. Here's a website called urlscan.io. Now, this is a website that you can take a link that you've been sent. You can copy that link. You can come to this website and you can enter it. And what they're going to do is they're going to navigate to the site on their end. They're going to do some scans and they'll be able to tell you where that link is going through. And then also, if it says here, if the site is targeting the users, one of the more than 400 brands tracked by urlscan.io, it will be highlighted as potentially malicious in the scan results. So if there's something on the other end that is potentially harmful, they'll warn you about it. It's not 100% foolproof, but it's somewhere to start. It's somewhere to start. So here's how it works. Let's say somebody sent you an email and it's going to somewhere on Amazon. So I'm just going to say Amazon.com, right? So I'm just going to type in Amazon.com and I'm going to have them navigate to Amazon.com. And once it finishes loading, it's going to give you all of this information that you may be able to find useful. So the scan is complete. It's telling you that the website contacted 20 IPs in 10 countries across 38 domains to perform 320 HTTP transactions. And looking at this stuff, you're like, I don't know what any of this means. What does this mean? I don't know what any of this means. Well, here's the thing. One of the best things about it is the live screenshot here. And when you click on the live screenshot, it gives you a look of what's going on at that link at that given time there. And it allows you to have an inside look into that website. Now, if you try to go there and you see like there's nothing there, there's no text, there's no nothing, or maybe something pops up that doesn't look right, it's not what they told you it was going to be, URL Scan has already given you a screenshot of that. So you'll know to kind of walk away from it. It shows you what the screenshot was during the scan, and it tells you the screenshot right now. Now, like I said, urlscan.io is not foolproof, but at least it gives you an opportunity to see what's on the other side of that link. And it'll also warn you if there's any malicious activity going on that they were able to identify. So those are some really useful ways that you can identify scam sponsorship emails that you may get. And if you're still kind of on the fence, one thing that you can do is just reach out to these companies directly. If someone says that they are John Smith and they are the PR person for Fiji water, you can try to look him up. Maybe he's on LinkedIn. And if you can find him on LinkedIn or Twitter or something like that, you can send him a message and say, hey, I got an email from you that I think is you asking about a sponsorship opportunity. I just wanted to confirm whether or not that was actually you. And they may respond and say like, yes, that was me, or no, that wasn't me. Or you can reach out to the company directly on their contact me page and just say the same thing. Is someone from your company trying to contact me at this email address about this opportunity? And they may just get back to you to let you know whether or not they actually are looking for you. And if they really want to partner with you, then they'll let you know. Sometimes they just won't get back to you at all, even if it is legitimate. And you might feel like you missed out on an opportunity, but don't worry, there's going to be more opportunities. But at least you can go to sleep knowing that you did your due diligence and that you protected yourself. And at the end of the day, peace of mind is very, very important. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm going to leave another video over here for you to check out of another scam that I ran across from people who were posing as a company called Rainway. And it was one of the most convincing looking scams that I had ever seen up until that point. So go ahead and check that out. I think it's a really educational video. And if you like this video, do me a favor and like it. And if you loved it, do me another favor, please, and consider subscribing. All right. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time.